In the campaign 2016 segment tonight, a number of reports are saying that Donald Trump is not going to hold back in his personal attacks on Hillary Clinton. If that's true, this might be the nastiest presidential campaign in American history, Jefferson Adams aside. Joining us now from Austin, Texas, Carl Rove. So I want to open with, when you were working with President Bush the Younger against Al Gore in 2000, things got nasty, but it was mostly policy, right? It wasn't a lot of personal stuff. I don't remember. Was there?
Yeah, no, there wasn't. We made certain, for example, that when we commented on Bill Clinton's indiscretions in the White House, we did so without ever mentioning it directly, and did so by responding affirmatively, saying we would restore, President Bush would restore honor and dignity to the White House. We found out back then that the Republicans had damaged themselves in 1998, 1999 by going after Clinton's infidelities to the point that the American people said enough is enough. But they did want to know that somebody would do something different. So they wanted to hear a note of change, but they were just fed up with being reminded about Monica Lewinsky and the goings-on.
Okay. If you guys found that out, does it still hold today, 2016, that if you go after the Clintons on the personal stuff, that will turn voters off? Do you still believe that?
Well, let's define personal stuff. If by personal stuff you mean she boggled Benghazi, she was not at her duty station.
That's all policy.
That's all fair. That's all fair.
Right.
But if you want to go after Bill Clinton's infidelities, my advice would be, first of all, this plane with dynamite. So the first one who brings up this kind of stuff, in my opinion, is going to be the person who loses the issue. Now, maybe he needs to counterpunch, but he's got vulnerabilities of his own. Nothing on the scale of Clinton, but he's on the record talking about his prowess with women and about his prowess with dating and so forth. So you got to be a little bit careful about this. She wants to be a victim, and she has been successful in life when she has made herself a victim. She took Rick Lazio, let him come across the stage in their Senate race, thrust the piece of paper under her nose, demand that she sign it, and she turned herself into a victim. And the last thing Donald Trump needs to do is turn her into a victim. Go after her, but go after her on the things that people consider to be reasonable, prudent, and go to the heart of what he said. I thought he made a wise remark there. He said one of her weaknesses is she's not seen as sincere and authentic. Any way he can go after that, great, but to just sort of gratuitously reach out there and bring Monica Lewinsky and Bill Clinton's indiscretions into this campaign, in my mind, would be a mistake. Better to counterpunch if that issue is raised.
He counterpunches off the fact that she says that he's anti-women and that he's a bully, and then he comes back. But the situation is that there is a line of thinking that says if you tell the truth, as you see it, about the Clintons, that will galvanize people to vote for you because you'll be a straight talker. Nobody else wants to say it, but you'll say it. You're a straight talker, and then so the voters will come to you. Do you reject that entirely?
No, but there are limits on that. Look, if he goes and says, you lied about Benghazi, you blamed
know what
it on
I'm
a
talking
video.
about.
You misled the American people.
Benghazi. You know what I'm talking about.
What I'm trying to point is to the things that he ought to go after. There's plenty of ammunition there. Going after her on the Clinton Foundation and about using it to plush up their lifestyle and reward their friends, that's entirely legitimate and legal. Going after the emails, that's all legitimate and legitimate and effective. What I worry about is picking on things, just saying, look, these people, I've seen a number of them on television. Don't tone him down. It's worked for him so far. Well, it's worked for him so far and driving up his negatives. From here on out, he better be very careful and go at her on the range of things that people consider to be reasonable for discussion and where she is dead wrong, and be careful about playing with dynamite.
All right, final question. Hillary Clinton's history is not to use surrogates. You know them, and they're killers. You know, the people that she has on the payroll. They're killers.
Right.
I expect those surrogates to try to provoke Trump into what you're talking about. Do you expect that?
Absolutely, and he shouldn't take the bait. When they come after him, go back after her, but go back after her in a way that makes it clear he's holding her responsible for the ugly things that they're saying, and does she stand by him? And again, this gets back to, we all know the Clintons. We've seen them. We know how they're twisty, and we know how that they're not sincere, they're not authentic, as he said that they're nasty campaigners who will do anything and say anything and do anything to win. And he ought to play on that by saying, are you standing by that? When you said that ugly thing thing about me when your agents went out and attacked me like that, and go back out after her wherever he can by linking it to what she thinks is her strength. She thinks her strength is I was Secretary of State, but we should with Benghazi and lied about the video and lied to the parents.
There's plenty of stuff in the arena on both sides. I want them both to keep it in the arena of policy. That's what I would like to see. I don't like the personal stuff. But I'm not sure it's as ineffective as some people think it is in this climate today. Mr. Rowe, thank you as always.